Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 3 here in the F1 League of South Africa. It is round 1 of our Tier 2 races here in Bahrain. We'll kick things off with a short qualifying, of course, 18 minutes to see who can set pole and claim that all-important statement for the first race of the season. I'll be your commentator for this race, BQ Gilles 96, and it is my pleasure to be back for a new season on a new game of F1. So you will have to forgive me during the session and the race. As some of you will know, we do have tyre wear glitch on our normal F123 cars, so all the drivers have gone through and made custom liveries to best represent the teams that they will be representing in the constructors. So I won't necessarily recognise the teams immediately from their cars, but I have got all the drivers and their constructors listed, so that worst case scenario I might have to quickly glance at that sheet just to double check what team is which. So let's get the last bits of the bits up so we can see who is where. How fast is lap on? Don't need that on. There's our lap times. There we go. So our first driver out on track, I believe, is Bahrain. Yes, he is. He'll be the one leading us away, representing the Ferrari. We do have 19 of our 20 registered drivers here for the first race. Brian being the one replacement, replacing Quagga in the Ferrari, who cannot race today. We also had our Tier 1 race yesterday, also at Bahrain. So if you guys haven't seen that, you can go back and watch the VOD here on this channel. You've got 5 seconds if you really desperately want to go see it before seeing this one, before I spoil the winner. And that's your 5-second warning done. That was of course won by Scars. Congratulations to him. Hello, not Nat. Good to see you, mate. So yes, it was Scars that took victory in the Tier 1. And we are here for Tier 2. And it will be Brian that leads us away for the first lap in the championship. You will see some disconnects going on through this. Of course, it is still an F1 game hosted by EA, so there is connection issues and server issues that some people do struggle with. We found it during pre-season. There was a few issues, but hopefully things have been stabilised in recent patches. Of course, the one thing that's not been stabilised is the tyre glitch. Hello, Wehan. So Brian, first line with a 1:33.7. Next was Live Evolution, it's a 1:34.6. And then we have Zodiac going to a 1:30.7. Try and go through who's in who. Lorenz goes with a 1:30.2 to take pole for now. Harsh Cartoon beats that with a 1:30.0. The times are starting to fall already. Marshall swept in the McLaren. We'll go through the times that people start to laps. Everyone's coming through a bit quickly. I don't quite know how to bounce between. Oh, that is a bit scuffy from Ultra in the Haas. I think he was trying to get out of the way of someone who's on their lap. People are going to start bouncing over the place, trying to find out where people are on the track right now. Let's see, we're with LSA here in the Alpine, a rather colourful interpretation of Alpine. Kofi saying Ark's going to bin it, yeah? As our first bit of a crash. Laser sets his time for 1:30.9, goes up to P7. Well, Ark can't bin it right now when he's in the pits, so that's smart. You can't bin it if you're in the pits. So, although he has come out the pits, so start the stopwatch. We have our first bets of a crash. This is Ark in the 2 seconds. I've lost him on my chart. Who is Terra? Here is an Mercedes. That's why I have him down as Terra, not as Ark. That's that's a good question. Not quite sure how it's an Alpine, but it's an Alpine, apparently. That is the creative freedom. Yes, there have been a few arguments over what constitutes certain certain cars. Who's out on 11? Mixter starting their lap, I believe. Yep. Smick in the Williams, so we'll stick on board with him for this lap. So I believe he's the next driver out. Yeah, so yeah, they're all having to wear. They're all done custom liveries using the multiplayer cars just because of the tyre glitch at the moment. So, thought the best way to deal with the balance, like a lot of other leagues and the pro scene that are doing with, you know, UWRs and those likes, have all gone to the multiplayer cars with custom liveries to distinguish themselves in the constructors, whilst also not being hampered by, you know, people in the Red Bull and the Aston Martin having a albeit a small advantage, but an advantage nonetheless. So Smixter coming out to the final corner. Did set a purple sector 1, I saw. I didn't quite see I was too busy looking at the thing. Is it purple? It's not a purple lap, it's a 31.2, goes into P9. We have a Ferrari, I think that is meant to be going to the line. I think that's starting a lap. So yes, I'm going to struggle a little bit bouncing through to be certain of who is what teams. That was an Aston Martin of Ashad going up to P9 for 131.9, and here is Ark, I believe, around the last bend in the Mercedes. He hasn't binned it so far. In fact, he's done the opposite of binning it. Ark has gone to P1. But the first man into the 129, so 129.8, puts his Merc on the front row. Teammate Revolution currently down in P17. There's a lot of cars on track at the moment that are bouncing around. I haven't quite clocked who everyone is straight away to have to bounce straight between them, but I believe Loren has got him. This is his. Yeah, he started a lap in the Haas. Yeah, it is a minimal difference in the tyre glitch, and you know, one could argue that at this level, it probably isn't too much of a difference to matter. But, you know, better to get rid of any excuse than it be doing in the first place. But I agree. The point of this, the whole point has been that the Alpine is done. To be fair, it is a weird looking house, but it's one of the better looking attempts at delivering that whilst having a bit of fun with it. You know, if they could have gone bland, you know, and just gone, you know, jet red for a Ferrari and nothing else with it, and jet orange like that. But I think this one and the AlphaTauri, we'll see an AlphaTauri, you can see it in the background there. We'll go on board with an AlphaTauri in a minute, because I think that's one of the ones where the where Zodiac and Apathy have done really well to make it look like they'll do. Here's Loren. Takes himself into P1 with a 129.5, really creating a gap there to Arc. So, in fact, I believe we just had, yep, Zodiac go through to start his lap. So here's the AlphaTauri. You know, they're not going to be perfect, but, you know, you're going to do what you're given in that. But I think the colour scheme in that has been done really well with Zodiac. And also, I think they've taken it to not go, you know, what we've got on the real F1 grid right now, which is every car is either 90% white or 90% black. So half the cars look the same on the real grid anyway. You know, you could argue that maybe they should have inverted this to be more white. It is lacking a bit of red. It's got red on the soft tyres, that will do. There's your red for you. So Jack's currently sitting in P4 for 130.3. I think he has aborted this lap. Yeah, that looks like an aborted lap to me. He gets out the way for... I don't think that's a Haas on a lap, but I believe it might be a Ferrari on the lap behind him. In fact, who is that we're on board? That is the Red Bull of Rizzo, who... That's going to be really confusing. It's orange on the track map, despite not being orange. This is tier 2. Yeah, so Rizzo currently in P5 in the Red Bull. This looks like it's going to be a very strong lap from Rizzo. Goes up to P3. Oh, very, very close. 0.01 off of Arc. But Rizzo, yes. Cheers, Codemasters, for deciding that that Red Bull is going to be orange on the track map. That's not confusing at all. So I'm going to bounce to it thinking it's a McLaren, and it's going to be a Red Bull. Red Bull, of course, getting away with using the Miami livery that you get from F1 World. So the Red Bulls do look very much like they should do. Find one of the McLarens. Yeah, the McLarens, they've not gone for the chrome one just because not everyone got that livery from F1 World because it was out during the first week of the game when not everyone had it. So we'll stay on board with... oh no, Rizzo's just finished his lap, so we won't stay on board with him. We'll ride on board with Harsh, who looks like he's going to be starting his lap here. In the McLaren was our first pole sitter, was off the first laps. Hey Andre, good to see you, my friend. So yes, Harsh did set the first pole time before Lorenz went out for his second lap. Rizzo did a second lap. Arc has only done one lap. So actually, of the people from their maiden laps, it was Arc that had the fastest time. But Harsh, we're 130.0 at the moment, going to look to reclaim top spot. There's Andre, he gets his first lap in, I believe that is, and goes up to a 129.871. Really good stuff from Andres in the Alfa Romeo. I'll quickly just go and show you the Alfa Romeo. Yeah, red and black, just like the... Yeah, not everyone unlocked the McLaren livery because it was out during the first week of the game. So they couldn't... Some drivers did have it, some drivers don't, but we thought it would just be easier across to not have it used. I'm not sure which one of them it is that doesn't have it, but it's so... So yeah, we were on board with Harsh as he comes around. He's not actually up on his time. I think he's going to abort this lap. Yeah, he is into the pit lane. So let's see who we got out on the lap at the moment. Obviously, he's doing his times. In fact, actually, he's gone for a different. So yes, him and Zodiac. Actually, I just noticed this. Him and Zodiac have done the AlphaTauri liveries inverted, which kind of cool. It's going to be confusing for me trying to keep up, but it's all the other drivers have got near identical setups. This might be my least favourite one. This is not a Ferrari. Yeah, I think seeing them both, I prefer Upperties. Oh, just we cut back to him. He is as we have a new pole sitter, Ultra goes with a 129.5, joins Lorenz in the 129.5s. Oh, that is a spinning AlphaTauri. Might have a better livery, but right now it hasn't got the better time. Yes, Ultra and Haas at the moment, making it a Haas 1-2. Him and Lorenz both in the 129.5s. And this Uppity, he's still going to take the flag. So I'm guessing he's got the battery charge to go again. Intriguing choice. But here is our pole sitter at the moment. His teammates coming out as we're going into the last... looking at our final laps starting to come in. Here's Ark on a lap at the moment, currently up on his time, but not by a significant enough margin, I believe, to really threaten the front row. In fact, we'll put telemetries on just so we can see if people have got the batteries to go again, or are on laps or not. And Ark does improve, but not by enough. I believe that's going to be him done in P3 for now. That's Lure. That is our current pole sitter, Ultra. Calling time. There goes Rizzo to start his lap. So these are the guys to keep an eye on at the moment. It is Rizzo in our Red Bull. Currently sat in P4. You have 5 drivers in the 129s and Haas just outside it. So really looking at probably, based on their first laps, it's this top 6 that could be fighting for pole. We know it won't be Ultra, we know it won't be Andres, and we know it won't be Ark. Rizzo is fastest in the first sector. As there goes the checkered flag. So this is it. These are your times. This is the lap that has to count. Rizzo currently on a 1:29.826, currently in P4. Was purple in the first sector. How is he going to go through the second sector? Goes up the hill now. Onto the left. Good line. Comes through for the right. How's he going to look in the second sector? Is he up? He is up by 6/10. This could be a storming lap from the Red Bull. He is 6/10 up. This will put him far clear of Ultra on pole. And break up that Haas front row lockout that we have at the moment. Rizzo takes the final corner. Storms to the line. Is this going to be pole for Rizzo? Yes, it is a 1:29.1. Can anyone contest? Loren is the only one, and he looks like he could be up. This is going to be tight. It's going to be Rizzo in the Red Bull. Or is it going to be Loren in the Haas? Rizzo has it right now for 1:29.1. Loren is up on his time, takes the final corner, and will put the foot down to the line. Will this be pole for the Haas? It will not. Rizzo is on pole with a 1:29.1. Loren just misses out, takes P2 ahead of his Haas teammate Ultra in P3. Wow, that was far closer than it looked like it was going to be. But it is Rizzo in the Red Bull that leads the way with a 1:29.1. Stunning stuff. Stunning stuff. That is a lap for the ages at the end there for Rizzo in the Red Bull. We will wait for the final screen at the end before going through our full order. But wow, wow, wow. Also, as I go through the list, I will say everyone's teams as well, just so everyone knows where we're at for the constructors. So, there you have it. Those are our qualifying results. Rizzo, in the Red Bull, takes pole with a 1:29.1, followed by a Haas duo of Lorenz and Ultra. Then it is Terra in the Mercedes, Andres in the Alfa Romeo, Harsh Cartoon in the McLaren, Boneless in the Ferrari, Zodiac in the Alfa Tauri, Louis in the Alpine, and Laser in the Alpine as well, just behind that. Virus in the Red Bull in P11, Ernie in the Alfa Romeo P12, Arshad in the Aston Martin in P13, Twister in the Williams P14, York in the Aston Martin P15, Schmixter in the other Williams in P16, Brian in the Ferrari in P17, Revolution of Mercedes in P18, Reezy in the McLaren P19, and Uppity in the AlphaTauri rounds off your grid in P20. Whew, take a breath. I know I need it. There will be a 5-minute break now between qualifying and lights out. So, those of you in the chat, feel free to go get a drink, get your food, get settled in for a fantastic race that is looking like we're going to get here in F1 League of Africa round 1 of Tier 2 here in Bahrain. I will be back shortly for the race. Right, hello everybody. Ah, Franz, good to see you're here. Yes, to answer the question, yes, is Rizzo on pole in the Red Bull? Just beat Lorenz in the Haas by just over a tenth, and then Ultra in the other Haas is in P3. So you've got Red Bull, Haas to start the grid here. In fact, I can show you the grid here. There is your grid. Yeah, it is Rizzo in the Red Bull. Oh, my apologies. Rizzo in the Red Bull with Lorenz Haas and Ultra's Haas behind. Then it is Arc in the Mercedes in P4 and Andres in the Alfa Romeo P5. But don't Harsh and Boneless were both also very close, just shy of the 129s, with Harsh in the McLaren and Boneless in the Ferrari. What, Lorenz? I can make it weird if you want me to. Can you type out how it's meant to be pronounced so I don't get it wrong from from now on? I can try. Or if I do try, will it be too offensive and I should shut up and stay in my lane? Lorenz. Ah, we got grids out. I will try to... So, Lorenz. Okay. Anyway, we are lights out and away we go. The game didn't want to do it. It's Rizzo that gets us away. And he gets Lorenz. He gets him into turn 1. It's a great launch from the Haas. Goes into turn 1 and actually... it's a Haas crash here. Goes side by side into turn 1. Who has come top there? It is going to be Lorenz, followed by Ultra, followed by Arc, followed by Rizzo, who's gone from P1 to P4. Awful start. One man to a great start is Zodiac. We'll get up the position change there. Look at that for a start. From Zodiac up 3 places. And we've had instant behind. One of the cars is round. It is Virus, I believe, has gone round. Yeah, Virus is off the track in the Red Bull. Awful start from him. Down in P20, and then Uppity has spun it as well. So Dobbs, being careful how you rejoin. Just about that safely, but the man who got the perfect start. The perfect start was Lorenz in the Haas, and it is a Haas. Oh no, Arc's got ahead of Ultra. So here it is. It is Lorenz has got the perfect start. He's already created nearly a 1 second gap, and could break. Spinala indeed. He's got away, and it's up to the rest of the group now to try and keep up, setting the bar. It's Haas 1, Mercedes 2, Haas 3, and then the big loser from the first lap is Rizzo in the Red Bull, dropping from P1 to P4, and we've had a retirement. It is a safety car. It is a safety car. Uppity Tower has crashed, and we have a safety car on the first lap. Probably the one man that didn't want to see that was our race leader. He was already opening up a huge gap at the front. Hey, up to 1.3 seconds before the safety car came out. No, it didn't take long at all, did it, friends? We have a safety car before the leader crosses the line. And that is for the DNF AlphaTauri of Uppity Tower. So, breathe. You thought the last lap qualifying was intense, that first lap didn't hold back either. So let's quickly run through the grid. So Lorenz gets up from P2 to take the race lead, and it's Ark who follows him in the Mercedes up 2 places into P2. Ultra, who was P2 for a moment, stays in P3. Rizzo's dropped 3 from pole down to 4. Zodiac's gone up 3 places, a fantastic lap 1 for him. Oh, that is a 5-second penalty for Virus for collision with Reezy. You can imagine he's only gone into the back of him there. A bad first lap for him, going down 8 places. You imagine probably the smart thing for him to do now is, even if he has or has not got damage, is just box now. Get that 5 seconds removed. And then you can, you know, rejoin with. You're already back at the grid. You're not going to lose anything. You can get on, get some fresh tyres on. I know it's only lap 2, but I'll get rid of that 5 seconds. And let's for those that missed it earlier, let's have our our rather interesting looking Alpine. A lot of drivers in it, there's Virus doing exactly what you think you'd do. Get in, get that 5 seconds removed whilst under a safety car. Did he have damage? Let's have a look. No, there was no damage, so yep, he's just getting rid of that penalty, getting the soft tyre on. Look to reclaim some of those lost places. It was not a good start for him. Tell you what, the one team who has had a good start is Aston Martin. And Arshad and Jock both go up 4 places. You want to see what the Ferrari looks like? There is our Ferrari. That one I actually don't mind too much. Who's the other Ferrari? The other Ferrari is Brian, who I'm not sure has got it as well. It's not too bad, it's missing the logo on the front. But yeah, Bonus has got a very nice looking Ferrari there. So I didn't get to I got caught out by the light starting. I'll see if it's showing starting grid. Who are your predictions now that you've seen the first few laps? Who are people in the chat feeling it's going to be? I want to hear your race winner, I want to hear your podium sitters. Safety car, that is a late call, but the safety car will be in this lap. So Lorenz now is going to have to slow the pack down. He becomes the safety car. There's a bit of funny business going on at the back there. We don't have time to go and check that out. We want to stay with our race leader for the race restart here. Lorenz swerving, getting heat into those tyres. He will decide when they go. He has to go very soon. And he's gone. We have taken the pack away. It's going to be... Oh, there's a chaos in the back. Look how far those 4 at the back have lost so much time there. They are all playing, and Rizzo is continuing to fall. He's dropped down to P. Where is he going? He's up to P5. He's bouncing now to P4. There's chaos at the back. What is? Look at this madness. All these cars 3 wide into that corner. That is not going to end well for someone. And we have had a crash at the back. It was Ernie and Laser that came together, and then more chaos with our McLarens at the back. Harsh has fallen 10 spaces. 10 spaces for Harsh. What? That has not gone well for him. But the one man who it has once again gone well for is our race leader. Though he doesn't have the gap that he once did. This is our 3 running away at the moment. Rizzo sitting further back. Everyone is back in Lorenz to hold it. And everyone's saying Rizzo in P2. But that restart may have changed that. And we've got Franz the Shout of Laser for P3, currently in P14, holding his own. Dropped 4 spots, but you know, it's chaos out there, and we don't know. As the first few laps have shown, anything can happen in this. We'll get the tyres up now, so we can see what people are going for strategy-wise. See, Lorenz got the perfect strategy right now. He's in the lead and on the hard tyre, meaning towards the end he'll be super fast. But will it be enough? Because the undercut is so powerful on this year's game that it might not matter he got the fast tyres at the end, because he won't be able to catch the gap that is created. We've got 2 drivers in the pits, in Ernie and Andrew. I should have gone the way with this. Both coming in, I believe, for damage. The Alfa Romeo having to double stack. That's so unfortunate. Potentially racing for them. Got Aston Martin that spun. It's Jacques, who'd had such a good start. And yes, there is our Merc in a half sandwich. As it is Loren leading from Arc, leading from Ultra. And Rizzo is 2.5 seconds back, and we'll be hoping for some fighting between these two. Or at least 3. If he wants to get back in at DRS and back in the fight for the podium. So if these 3 sit as they are, this will be the 3. So the one man that has now got a fight on his hands is Harsh in the McLaren. He has dropped so far down from his start, and I believe you can see that light burning away. He has absolutely tore through his battery, and in fact Revolution's going to go for the move here, getting him back, taking advantage of that lack of VRS into turn 1. Can they keep it clean? Oh, it's a bad corner for the Mercedes, and Harsh holds on. And who got the DRS there? It's Harsh who's got the DRS, can now pull away. We will go back to our race leader shortly. Just want to see how this plays out here. This little trio fighting over 10th, 11th and 12th. As we go back to our leaders, Arc and Lorenz have broken the DRS for a split moment. Did Ultra get the DRS there? Let's see. No, he did not. That could be very damaging. But I think he's done enough to just keep himself in if he can hold it up the hill. Arc, is he looking at a potential move? Let's get their telemetries up so we can see. Yeah, look at that. He's absolutely tore through his DRS, Arc. Whereas Lorenz is holding it just a bit better. ERS is so powerful in this game and recharges so much slower that actually, even if you burn through it all, even if you're sitting a bit further back, it may not be the end of the world because you have that battery to burn. Look at the difference here. Arc going to use it to get through. Yeah, Lorenz isn't even going to bother with it. He knows it's how important it is to save it. And we have a new race leader in Arc. We have a crash at the top of the hill. I believe that is Reezy in the McLaren that has gone round. Getting some back and going again. There is also 4 wide chaos at turn 1. But here is the fight for the lead. Lorenz takes it back. They're going to come together. It's a little touch. I think they both got away with no damage for now. But they're going to stay fighting this all the way through the lap. And the one man this is really benefiting is Rizzo and Ultra. Both going to find their way fighting back. Andre sets a new fastest lap, 1:32.9 on those soft tyres, having pitted the lap before. These two scrapping away for early bragging rights. We have a spin. That is Swister, I believe, that's gone round. It is Swister that's gone round. He's going to drop a little bit here. Let's be careful how he rejoins here. We're going to go on board with this because this seems like chaos back here. Look how many cars that is together. 5 cars, I believe. Look at that. All tucked up behind one another. Yeah, people burn through their VRS too much, I think, on this game, because you could get away with it in previous games. This year you cannot get away with that. As there goes Brian going in too deep. Has he held it? No, he's gone off track. He's able to hold that, and in fact, Virus is pretty good to fancy go. We'll go back to our race leaders as Ark and Lorenz fighting into turn 1. Ark retakes the lead, and I think he noticed Lorenz has the DRS, and so will probably fight him back, pushing him through turns 2 and 3. As they head up towards the hairpin, is he going to reclaim first place? Ark tries to hold it round. That's very, very good driving between our two race leaders. And this time it is Ark who comes away in the lead. But look at this, Rizzo has got himself back in DRS of Ultra, but has burnt through that ERS in the last few laps as Ultra has held onto it. But we've suddenly got a fair few scraps going on up and down the grid. I can't keep track of all of them. Look at this behind. Louis, look at this little train behind. 4 cars. Heading down into the hairpin. That's bonus going a bit wide there. Opens the door for Arshad to get in the fight. And Arshad now takes P6. This is absolute chaos all over the place. Everywhere you look there is fights for positions. So we'll go back to our leaders, because we ain't getting any real Formula 1. We want to watch our leaders scrap. Look at this fight. Boneless gets a 3 seconds time penalty for track limits. I imagine he got most of those just in that scrap we saw just now. We've got a spinning Alfa Romeo. Is it Alfa Romeo? Is it a Ferrari? I believe it's the Ferrari of Brian. It is. As our race lead changes once again. Lawrence takes first place now. But Ark is going to have that ERS to fight him back. And as behind, Rizzo is on the charge back for the podium. But it's Ultra holding on this time. Who got the DRS? Neither of them. They were side by side in the detection point. No DRS. That little fight was, oh, Arshad! Oh, cut to that. Just he had to fight for his life to save the car. Very, very nearly turned it into a Beyblade. What ERS management? No, you don't need it. Overrated. If these guys could stop some of the chaos so I can keep track of it. Brian in the Ferrari picking up a 3 second time penalty. Arshad off flank, incredible save. Can he turn it into a potential move? Yeah, I think he was pulling out from behind Louis, not having a DRS open, that sort of stuff. He jolted out way too harsh, and then very, very quickly the car snapped on him. We're looking to do it a bit differently this time. It is our closest battle. There are several close battles, but this is somehow the closest. He's also got ERS saved up. We're going to see a change here. Pulls up to the right, and we are going to see a change. The Aston Martin taking P5. For now, beating the Alpine. But is Louis going to be able to fight him back? Elsewhere, Rizzo and Ultra continue their scrap over the last podium spot. And Ark is holding on to Lawrence. He is not losing anything. So now again, if we can keep this tight and then get the no, we do not have spare reference, but I'm going to go look it up. Now you said that, we'll ride on board with an Alpine so I can get reference. So let's have a look. We might have a spare, but let's have a see. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by looking at Spurs. Let's look at our a fight here. I'll leave you guys to argue over Spur and that's not my fight. This is my fight. It is Ultra and Rizzo fighting for the podium spots. There's a bit of, it seems like it's calmed down a little bit up and down the grid for the most part, and that's some gaps starting to form between most of the cars. The one that's not is Revolution and Jorok. Down that straight. Yes, most of the battles are starting to settle down a little bit. Ah, yeah. I couldn't. I did see Spur. I didn't quite know what you're going for. And I didn't see anything at the seats. So that'd be why. Nah, scraps. It's a bit of time to breathe. It's everyone relax. We had a 9-10 laps of pure chaos. But this is big for Terra. He is keeping himself in DRS, and as I said, the overcut is so strong on this game. So the undercut is so strong on this game that just by staying this close, when he boxes, the time he'll gain on the 5 or 6 lap window will be huge, and then it'll be up to Lorenz to fight him back, which, based on his pace, will be very, very possible. You see the ERS, everyone is, we've got 25, 10, 6, 24, 30, 16, 13, 33, 38. Andre's 59, and on the soft tyre, is the one putting at the most pace right now. The only problem for him is he's on the soft tyre, so he's going to have to box very soon, because the softs at Bahrain do burn quickly. Yeah, 66, nobody has got above, no one's got above 66, only 3 or 4 drivers have got above 50%. Most drivers are in 30 and below for their ERS. And this is off. In fact, we have one clash that's becoming brewing here. Harsh looking to recover from a disastrous first few laps. Yeah, those softs are almost certainly on their last legs. We have had a spin, and that is Smixter who's gone round. Look at Harsh and round the outside, up the hill. That is one hell of a move, my friend. But he's only got 3% battery. Zodiac with 44. I have a strange feeling that we're going to see the AlphaTauri take this position straight back down the pit straight. Half a second of difference. Just as you have half a second of difference. No, Zodiac is going to go for the undercut. I probably would have done that with the ERS and the battery that you had, but it does mean that this outlap from him can be monstrous. Onto the hard tyres. Go Zodiac. He's not releasing. Oh, there we go. Nope, I'm hoping that was just lag on my end. For a split second, look, he hadn't released there and was losing valuable time, but he has just dropped back, and I think is he going to get out ahead of this pack? Let's see. There's the AlphaTauri. No, he's going to come out just behind Andres and Jorok. He's going to hope that their fighting doesn't get in his way. Look how close that is. Hopefully this means he can get close up and get DRS off these guys for the start of the next lap. Lap we want to watch. Will Zodiac drop Harsh? The other one to watch. Back with our race leaders. Arc and Lorenz. Less than half a second between them. Lorenz has been holding the gap calmly. Arc has been pulling it back. It was a second difference not too long ago. There's a few more people in the pit. Virus and Reezy both at the back. And Arc going to keep going, and I think whilst he has DRS, he's just going to stay here because it's working comfortably for him. The one man who might want to pit soon is Rizzo, because if Rizzo pits 1 or 2 laps before Arc does, then he can get a huge undercut to bring him back in DRS range, so that even the tyre difference that Arc will then have won't be as strong. It won't matter. Meanwhile, Boneless brings himself into the pits from P7. Drops to P8 for now. The one man who hasn't responded we thought might was Harsh. Zodiac is going to get another lap to undercut him. Louis and Arshad continue their fight from earlier. And actually, they're going side by side through... They're going side by side right there through the sectors. Andres and Boneless fighting into turn 1. The one man who won't want them to fight too much is going to be Zodiac. He's going to go for a move here on those fresher tyres, on the faster pace. Simple as you like. Zodiac will now chase after Boneless. And he's closed the gap down significantly to the Ferrari driver. And oh, that's York who's gone round. Oh, that's the lost wing, I believe. Careful how you rejoin, my friend. Oh. He might get away with no wing damage by the looks of it. But I imagine he'll be pitting very soon. Given the how hot those tyres will now be. Zodiac and Bonus, a good fight here. Arc, here we go. Terror. Arc Terror has brought himself into the pits. Was fighting for the race lead. Goes onto the hard tyres. Gets himself done, gets himself away. Now, this will be crucial. He pitted from less than a second behind. He won't want to get into a fight too much. Louis brought himself, Harsh has brought himself in. The pit stops are now starting to come in quick succession. So, one here to watch for pit stops was Zodiac. He was just behind Harsh Cartoon at the time he went for the undercut. How far ahead is he going to be of the McLaren? Looks like quite a mile. In fact, he's jumped Louis. That's how powerful the undercut was. Zodiac has jumped Louis, who at the time was, what, 3 positions clear, about 5-6 seconds clear. The undercut is so strong. And yes, as you touched on, the mediums are done at this point. Terror's got himself into a position where there's no one ahead of him for 7 seconds. The only person ahead of him is Arshad, who's going to be boxing very soon. This could be huge on the undercut. He has got ERS to work with, and we've had a spin. The only thing to do it now would be a safety car. That would be very bad for those that have just pitted. But it is down now to Lawrence to respond. He'll be going a bit longer, starting on the hards. He will be able to fight back with the softs. We've got Virus round at turn 1. Off track in the Red Bull. We've got a car spinning around as well. That's Swister, yep, at the hairpin. Gets himself back on track in the Williams. He has Andres coming up behind him on fresh mediums. He's going to go round the outside comfortably and take that position back. But what will our race leader do? In fact, let's get the gap to leader up so we can see what we're looking at. 23 seconds at the moment for Arc. We'll keep an eye and see, is that going to come down? Is it going to come down? Is it going to come down? Because this is the fight for the race lead. I really thought we would have seen Rizzo come in. My only thought is that Rizzo's maybe going to try. At this point, some of these medium ones might be thinking, let's try and go soft. Then get to lap 20 and York, bad few laps for him. Made only worse by a 5-second time penalty. I think there might be 1 or 2 that try the softs. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's what I do. But I think it's what some might try. York, in fact, has gone onto the softs now. He's definitely going to pit again. Some of these guys are going to be hoping for a safety car. You see, Arg is not indenting the lead gap as much as he probably would be hoping. Lawrence continues on, of course. I imagine we're looking at him about lap 18. Be looking to see him come in. As in comes Rizzo from P2 for now. Was P3 before Arc made his stop. Ultra continues on. Some of these medium runners that are still going. Is Arshad going to continue? Yeah, he is. They're all continuing. I think we're going to see a few more people try and go medium softs here. So Ark still not bringing that time down at all. He's not had many good laps now. He's even burning through his ERS in that and not gaining ground. Not the kind of ground that you'd be expecting him to make. Given we've got Alfa Romeo around, Andre sets the fast lap. He's done that a few times now, showing he has got the pace. He just didn't get the qualifying right. Got a nice little battle going on back here between Louis, Zodiac and Harsh. Harsh bringing that gap back down due to the fighting between Vice and fighting time. Yeah, the hards do take some time to light up, and that I agree. But compared to, you know, Lorenz, who's in, here we go. Our race leader is in on the mediums. He's out. Where is he going to turn up? Once the game wants to react. Let's go on all up. Look at it. He's burning everything to try and get ahead. Will it be Ark? Will it be Lorenz? It will be Ark that has the lead. No, it's not. Wait. Yes, it is. There we go. But Lorenz has his advantage. He has the ERS, he has DRS, he has fresher, faster tyres. And if he does what he thinks, and there we go. This is what I thought. Some of the medium runners are going to try softs for 11 laps. I don't necessarily think it's the strongest of plans, but it is a plan. I think the one man who is definitely going for that is our current race leader, Ultra. So, terrifies himself back in his hash sandwich, just the other way around. He's flipped upside down. So we have a bit of chaos further back. We'll just ignore this scrap for now whilst we wait for Lorenz to put himself back up towards Ark. We have a car round. Is that Schmick again? It might be Schmick. It might be Swiss this time. It is Swiss that's round this time. The Williams lads not having the best of laps, unfortunately. Like I said, on those fresh softs, he should fly past Harsh here. And he is for the next few laps. This is going to be the man that's going to set the pace. The problem is, in about 5 laps time, his tyres are going to be screaming for help. And he's going to have nothing to help them with. Look at this. 2 by 2 they came into turn 1. And do they come out 2 by 2? No, they do not. They come out... Somehow Arshad has not got a move done there, but I think he's going to try again. Oh, that is a late cut off from Harsh, but brilliant reactions from Arshad, who's going to try and get him into turn 1, into turn here. Doesn't get it, holds back, looks to get the traction down and go zooming through. Has he got the move done? No! Fantastic defending from Harsh. You ready for it? You ready for it? Harsh but fair driving from the McLaren. Hey everyone, get your poggers in the chat. Do you even say that anymore? I don't know. I'm old. So, Lorenz has now got himself back with Ark. And they're massively closing on Ultra, who's going to have to do a mega stint on those softs now. Those mediums hate him right now. They are really, really struggling. But the one man who's not struggling is Lorenz. He's going to go to the outside. And Ultra is in the pits. Is he going to put on the softs? I imagine we're going to see softs come there. Yes, we do. It is the soft tyre that goes on for Ultra. Can he charge for the pits? He's got a massive task on his hand. But I think we may have just seen our final change for the lead. Ark is going to have to absolutely burn through ERS that he does not have. Lorenz has got a perfect strategy here. Lorenz did not get held up, did not get distracted, drove perfectly whilst Ark was doing the undercut, and now all he has to do is guide this home and he should be absolutely fine. He's got EOS to spare, he's got no DRS behind him, he's got fresher, faster tyres. I think we might be seeing a Haas walking away with the race win. This is going to be the other Haas to watch though. The one that's going to give us the excitement for these last 9 and a bit laps. Ultra on the softs. Waited and waited and waited. Lost a lot of time to people ahead, but is now going to be arguably the fastest man on track. But again, is he going to be able to hold it for the entire session? One man who's definitely not going to be able to hold it for the end is Arshad. He has done fantastically well throughout most of this race now, and you see, look at that, fastest lap to boot. Lorenz is, I think we've got our race winner there, folks. So now it's the fight for the podium, which right now seems pretty stagnant, but won't do for long. Not once this man gets going. Purple third sector for the Haas, and a little bit touchy between the two of them. But now he'll break away. And we've got to come out. Is that Rizzo round? Is that Rizzo? No, it's. I told you I was going to do that. I told you I was going to do that. Now that I'm thinking about McLarens and the Red Bulls being the same, I'm always going to assume that the orange dot is the Red Bull. Look, the other Red Bull of it was it was the other Red Bull. It was Virus that spun around. You can see him behind there. Ultra purple in the first sector, looking to take away fast laps from his teammate, and looking now that he's got away from Boneless to charge his way back towards Rizzo for the podium spots. There's no fight at the front anymore. Lorenz has gone absolutely stolen. Got a 4-second gap. Phenomenal drive. Phenomenal drive. So our other fight is back here. Arshad and Harsh. Swister sets the fastest lap for now for 1:32.1. I imagine we're going to see that fall any second to Ultra. These two fight into the last corner. Oh no, Ultra did not set the fastest lap. Wow, that's an incredible lap then from Swister. Is that Zodiac? Oh, Zodiac. Zodiac pitting on 8-lap old hard and gets a 5-second time penalty. Oh, I'm not sure he needed that stop unless he had damage. He's gone on to the mediums as well, and he probably could have snuck soft at this stage if he had any left. But these two keep fighting around. Arshad and Harsh. I think we might be settling in for a slightly quieter end to the race. Haven't really got any more fights than that. The closest fight we've got is between Boners and a backmarker. As he has Virus behind him, who's just coasting along. Knowing he can't really overtake him because he's get flagged. But he can do a fight. And in fact, one fight we have got is here. It's Rizzo, who's pulled this gap to Ark way down. Ark's pace on those hards has vanished. And Rizzo suddenly might be finding his way back into contention for P2. Which, you know, everyone predicted it's going to be Lorenz and Rizzo P1 and P2. And Rizzo has got himself in DRS. Problem is, well, if I say problem is he has no ERS, neither does Ark. Because what is ERS? Do we need ERS? No, apparently not. The one man who will want these two to fight beyond belief is Ultra. His gamble's probably not going to work. He had too big of a gap to make up, and that's what you get. You might think going onto those soft tyres means I'm going to be so much faster. I'm going to zoom through the field, but the undercut is so powerful. You've lost too much time before making your pit stop, and you cannot recover that time in the window that you have the tyre advantage. So yeah, look at this. I think Ark is just not liking these hard tyres and that. He didn't really close the gap or build a lead with his undercut. He's lost so much time to lose. Oh no, Rizzo! Rizzo's round! Rizzo's out! Rizzo has crashed! It's a safety car! It's a safety car! It is the worst possible thing for our race leader, who has just gone past the pit lane. Oh no, is Ark going to pit? Is Ark going to... Ark is in! Oh, this is chaos! This is the worst possible thing that Lorenz could have asked for. He's going to catch a safety car. He's not going to have the fresh tyre advantage anymore. This has blown things wide open. Suddenly, Lorenz looks like the least likely man to win this race. Chaos! Pure chaos! Harsh as well has not come in. That is the wrong move. I think anyone that's not come in right now has made the worst possible call. Lorenz didn't have a chance. Everyone else had the opportunity and really should have pitted. Fresh tyres. Track position does not matter at a track like Bahrain compared to tyres. And I'm so surprised that we've seen, you know, Harsh down, Arshad on 6 lap softs. He's going to try and do 11 lap softs when he had the chance to pit. I didn't agree with his choice to go to soft tyres originally. I really do not agree with this now. And he has been a fantastic racer today. He has done so well, but I think he has potentially just thrown away a huge number of points. The one man who's going to hate it more than anyone else though, our race leader. Lorenz, he was clear. It won't matter. DRS being enabled or not won't matter. And in fact, it could still be enabled depending on when safety car comes in. Safety car comes in next lap, then it will be enabled for the last 2 laps. But it won't matter because the tyre advantage is so powerful. You'll get the traction in the corners. It'll be like having DRS. You will be gone. And the people in front will have to burn so much ERS to stay ahead. The only thing now, really, that protects Lorenz is the fact that there is no ability for lapped cars to unlap themselves. So he has got cars in between himself and the contenders behind. But we have got pandemonium of what seemed to be the calmest end to a race you could imagine. Suddenly has been blown wide open. Yeah, you see that there is Harsh in P2. There's 3 cars between him and Lorenz leader. These lap cars won't be able to get out of the way. I don't think any of them are going to... Who is it? It's York. Who have we got in the way? It is York, Virus and Swister. Yeah, I think we're going to get some ERS, potentially 2 laps of DRS, sorry. If the safety car comes in now, it'll be lap 26, lap 27, and it'll be on for 28 and 29. If it comes in next lap, we'll have, you know, lap 26 on the safety car, lap 27, lap 28, and it'll be there for lap 29. So I think we are going to have DRS for at least 1 lap. But the big thing is, how quickly and how efficiently will these 3 lapped cars get out the way? There's no Michael Massey here. Andres, no! Oh, that is devastating because he has been one of those guys that I had an eye on. He has shown so much pace in this race, but has found himself stuck further back, and getting a 3-second time penalty is race killing at this stage, because he really could have fought for good points with the pace that he has. And these lap cars have got every incentive to fight because points go down to P15. There are points to fight for between York Forest and Swister, and Swister has the best tyre situation. I think suddenly we're looking at 4 or 5 potential winners here. And I think the big deciding factor is going to be those lap cars. If those lap cars get out of the way immediately, Lorenz is in trouble. And I will say this as a man, and Franz, you in the chat, you might have been there for it, I can't remember, but I can speak from experience. There is nothing worse than having the first race of the season taken from you by a safety car. Last time I raced at Bahrain myself, back on F121, I had a 12-second lead taken away by a safety car in my first ever league race in EFR. Franz, you might be on the grid, you might remember that, I'm not 100% certain if you joined the EFR at that point, but I feel so bad for Lorenz because he has driven the perfect race. He has driven a perfect race. And there we go, safety car in this lap. So, Lorenz will become the pace car, will lead us away. Safety car restart at the start, we had a bit of silly buggers, let's hope we don't have that again here. But when will Lorenz side, it's time to go. Now, he's gone. He has gone. The one to watch here, Arc. Is that another safety car coming out? No, it's not. That is just the yellow flag behind. That cannot be a safety car again, can it? No. This is the one to watch. Arc diving it into turn 1. Looks to get the move done. Harsh goes deep. Finds his way around. Lorenz has got the gap for now. Because they've not been able to get past lap cars. Arc needs to use this soft tyre advantage if he wants to try and get away with it. Gets past lap car number 1. This is the one to ride on board with for now, because this is the fight. If Arc gets through quickly, Lorenz is in serious trouble. Down the inside goes Arc. Past Harsh Cartoon, who's going to find himself being gobbled up, I think, by the likes of Bonus and Ultra behind. But now the charge begins. Arc, it was done. It was over. It was Arc in second, potentially with Rizzo behind him. It was Lorenz clear, but now the charge. 1.5 seconds to gap with 2.5 laps to go. Will it be Lorenz who's driven the perfect race in the Haas? Will it be Arc who's pushed him all the way in the Mercedes? Who is going to walk away with the debut win here in Tier 2 of LSA? We will know in about 3 minutes time, but it is looking worse and worse and worse for Lorenz. The one benefit is Arc has burnt ERS to keep up, but Lorenz is not. But now here we go. Yellow flag behind. I think that's a safety car. That's a lap car, so getting out of the way. This is the fight for the race lead. We'll go back to our broadcast cam. 0.8 seconds to gap. 0.7. This is going to be so fight. Ultra has not been able to break through. Archer, I knew he was going to struggle. He is tumbling from P4 to P12. He's driven really well, but he's let himself down with that strategy call at the end. Harsh might just get away with this. Arc pushing and pushing and pushing. We'll go on board. Look at him. He's basically pushing Lorenz through the corner there. He wants to get ahead. A fight that seemed done, a fight that seemed over, has been sparked to life by the pure chaos behind. A late safety car has changed everything here at Bahrain. Lorenz has the ERS. Terra will have the DRS going on to the last lap. Not down the straight, but doing the last 2 straights, he will have that advantage. But he has the tyre advantage. Harsh may get away with a podium here purely because of the fighting behind him. DRS is enabled. 0.3 is the gap. Louis gets up to P4 behind. Oh, Terra, he's gone for it. He's held himself up at the last second. Had to brake hard. Fighting behind P4 behind. DRS. Try to put him closer. Will it be enough? 1% DRS. That could be the thing that stops him. Lorenz sitting there on 18, 17%. Very, very little win to decide between our 2 race leaders. These have been the class of the field today. And it's all come down to the last lap. 0.3, 0.2. Touching him through the corner. DRS on the next straight. Pushing him through, DRS, flap opens wide for the Mercedes. Terra pulling off, Lorenz to defend the inside. Terra going wide, goes to the outside, brakes later, goes round the outside, up the hill. Terra takes the lead, Lorenz can't do anything about it. It's going to be a fight to the finish going into the last corner. Terra holds the lead, pulling away, soft tyres have saved him. The safety car has saved him. Lorenz can't do anything to fight back. It's going to be Terra that walks away with the win into the last corner. The Mercedes rounds it, sees the finish line, powers it down. Checkered flag is waving to the line. Terra wins in Bahrain. Victory in Tier 2 for Terra on round 1. Absolutely heartbreaking for Lorenz. And it's Harsh that rounded the podium. He has been helped by the fighting behind. And that is a fantastic opening race here in LSA. Terra is your race winner. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable. You could not have written it any better. For pure drama to kick things off here in LSA. Unbelievable. Laser takes your drive of the day. I don't even know what the rest of the finishing grid was. That fight was simply unbelievable. Lorenz will be heartbroken, but he knows he has the pace to fight at the front. And he knows that this could be one hell of a season, as it will be for this man. Terra, your race winner in Bahrain for round 1 of LSA Tier 2. Unbelievable scenes. Simply breathtaking. So let's run you through the grid, because obviously penalties are now coming into effect, so we can say where everyone was. So, Terra is your race winner with a simply magnificent drive helped by the safety car. Safety car that potentially robbed, well no, definitely robbed Lorenz of the race win. Harsh Cartoon made a brave call, and helped by the fighting behind him, it paid off to get the last podium spot. Louis with a great recovery into P4. Ultra, it backfired for him today. Every decision did not go his way. P5, Zodiac in P6, Laser in P7, Ernie in P8, Andres in P9, Schmixter in P16, bonus P11, Arshad, bad tyre calls, but a great drive nonetheless, in P12, Revolution in P13, Reezy P14, York takes the last points in P15, Brian P16, Virus P17, 18 for Swishter, and then Rizzo and Uppity are your non-finishers. Well, if that is a sign of things to come in LSA this season, we are in for one hell of a championship fight. congratulations one more time to our race winner, Ark. Thank you to you guys in chat for being here. Back again another time, another week, for more LSA racing.